How to emotionally detach and take your power back. Emotional detachment is one of the most misunderstood concepts in healing. Many people hear the word detachment and think it means being cold, being distant, shutting your heart down, or pretending you don't care. But real detachment is not about disconnecting from love. It's about disconnecting from what is hurting you. Detachment is what happens when you stop abandoning yourself to keep someone else. If you're watching this, you're probably not struggling because you don't love deeply. You're struggling because you love at the cost of yourself. This video is not about how to stop feeling. It's about how to stop losing your power in relationships that don't meet you. And by the end of this, you'll understand why attachment feels addictive, why letting go feels terrifying, why detachment actually restores love for yourself, and how to detach without becoming emotionally closed. What emotional attachment really is. Emotional attachment is not love. Attachment is a nervous system bond formed around safety, survival, and familiarity. When you are emotionally attached to someone who is inconsistent, unavailable, or rejecting, your body is not craving love. It is craving regulation. Your nervous system learned, this person feels familiar, this dynamic feels known, this pain feels predictable. Attachment often forms when love was mixed with uncertainty early in life. You didn't just bond to the person, you bonded to the hope, the potential, the moments of closeness followed by distance. This creates intermittent reinforcement, and intermittent reinforcement is one of the strongest drivers of emotional addiction. So when you try to detach, your body reacts as if it's losing safety, even if your mind knows the relationship is hurting you. That's why detachment feels like withdrawal, because in many ways, it is. Why you feel powerless when you're attached. Powerlessness comes from externalizing your worth, when someone else's availability determines how lovable you feel, how calm you feel, how secure you feel. You give away your power. You start monitoring their tone, their response time, their effort, their mood, and slowly, your inner world revolves around them. Detachment is not about no longer caring. It's about no longer orbiting someone who isn't choosing you. Power returns the moment your nervous system realizes, my safety does not depend on them. Why letting go feels like death. Letting go isn't painful because the relationship was good. It's painful because it represented something unfinished. Often what you're grieving is not the person, but the version of yourself you hope to be with them, the love you never fully received, the repair you waited for. Your body learned to associate. If I let go, I lose connection. But what was actually happening is that you were losing yourself by staying. Detachment asks you to tolerate the discomfort of separation long enough for your nervous system to learn something new. I can survive this. I am still here. I am still whole. Detachment versus avoidance. This is important. Avoidance says, I don't need anyone. Detachment says, I need myself. Avoidance shuts down feelings. Detachment allows feelings without acting from them. Avoidance runs from intimacy. Detachment refuses to chase it. When you detach, you don't numb. You pause. You feel the urge to reach out, and you choose not to abandon yourself. You feel the longing, and you stay present with it. That's power. How to start detaching. Practical steps. Step 1. Stop negotiating with reality. Detachment begins when you stop explaining away what someone is showing you. No more. They're just busy. They're afraid. They don't mean it. Reality is neutral. Clarity is kindness. Step 2. Regulate before you decide. You cannot detach from a dysregulated nervous system. Before any action, breathe slower, ground your body, soften your shoulders. A regulated body makes empowered decisions. Step 3. Interrupt the fantasy bond. Every time your mind goes to, what if they change? What if I lose them? What if this was my chance? Bring it back to, what is actually happening right now? Fantasy fuels attachment. Presence dissolves it. Step 4. Reclaim your attention. Your power returns where your attention goes. Detach by reducing mental rehearsals, limiting exposure, creating space for your inner world, not as punishment, as protection. Step 5. Choose self-availability daily. Ask yourself, if I showed up for myself the way I show up for them, what would change? Then do that. What happens after detachment? At first, detachment feels empty, quiet, unfamiliar, because chaos felt like connection. But slowly, your nervous system stabilizes, your clarity sharpens, your self-respect grows. You stop craving intensity. You start craving peace. And this is where your power fully returns. Not because they came back, but because you did. Detachment attracts healthier connections. When you're detached, you don't chase, you don't perform, you don't prove, you choose. You stop confusing longing with love. You stop mistaking anxiety for chemistry. Healthy people feel safe to your body now. Unavailable people feel exhausting. This is not luck. This is nervous system recalibration. Closing. Detachment is not the loss of love. It is the return of self. You don't detach because you stopped caring. You detach because you finally started caring about you. And when you take your power back, no one has to choose you for you to feel whole. You already are. If this resonated, sit with it. Let your body catch up to what your mind already knows. You don't need to force detachment. You just need to stop abandoning yourself. And the rest will follow.